Muy buenas amigos, en este video les quiero enseñar el gameplay de Fontaine del Genshin Impact. Espero que les guste, aquí se los dejo.
Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her. So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we
Look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway? Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travelers after all. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had no clue you'd miss us.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some water. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon hasn't...
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going-away party or anything. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is today without you.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahita? Oh, good point.
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler and Paimon. Whether as a...
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru. All that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to... What do you think? Good idea! Nahida gave us loads of use. Seeking out the 7 is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his fate. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't...
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had some...
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's a...
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more serious?
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
The Oratrice? Is it some kind of machine too? Oh, wait. I almost forgot to ask you our question.
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could definitely say...
I think what they mean is that they wish to... In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on whether...
Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of a...
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with a nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment...
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time.
First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more...
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going...
All right, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon. But who knows how long making an appointment... Hey! What are you looking over there for? Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her. Hello there.
Huh? I'm fine.
Oh, okay then.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there.
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with... And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, he would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air... But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows up.
Sorry.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you...
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is we were just talking with your sister.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems...
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memory?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's where to begin. Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette.
Oh! Alright then. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the opera house to meet the...
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera house later myself. Please, follow me. You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see...
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration! If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion, who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you've left in your wake as you visited other nations, but I welcome you nevertheless. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly be... I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was... Miss Hydro Archon? How did...
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't you had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Is she...
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde trap?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew Lady Farina would never disappoint.
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear Lily, you may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't...
On Arrhenius, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor.
You see. Then, as the
Whoa, all right! Now that'll be worth seeing!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the op. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, according to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You are clearly guilty of violating this law, no?
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong. That's our Lady Farina. No one...
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait,
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then in the name of the Hydro Archon, I order your arrest.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a fly.
you tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy.
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the So, with such an audience gathered here,
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did you do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been...
Huh? You call that magic?
I thought it was pretty good.
Huh. I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice, but when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Miss...
Unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. I never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny.
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in...
But isn't the Opera House where...
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of... And speaking of performances, I would be...
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we want...
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the... This is a magical item known as a magic pocket.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy... It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice hold, until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people... In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings, but here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been...
If even the people in Fontaine don't know...
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been...
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine... We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before... As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity.
Oh! Paimon gets it! It's like...
Perhaps now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone near...
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy?
What?
No, I believe in the prophecy. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that being...
So you're the blonde traveler. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought... Thanks. Please, also...
I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's life is all about living in the moment. What use is there?
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving...
Oh? You already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people... Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare...
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help!
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll...
Use Hydro to collect for maritime flowers.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're inexperienced. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off.
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the opera?
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her?
She's obviously... Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention and to just watch her movements.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let...
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? Oh no! Did she notice us? What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took?
No, that was all. Oh, anyway, I should...
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
I saw the general direction she went, but Lenny twisted his ankle.
Oh, did you...
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle, that's all.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get...
You're right. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled but at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't...
What a slippery little thief! Guess things turned out all right in the end, though.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us.
This thing to go into the city? What an...
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several... It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always...
So you mean it's still boring, even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at...
Whatever.
That's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Huh?
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aqua bus. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always though we still have no idea how the Hydro Archon knew about us.
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Lenny and I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such a... So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. You're right. Seems you know me pretty well. What I'm really after is exclusive Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately. Well,
you mean the serial disappearances of young women?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now. If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the headline story in the when that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy.
So, what is the serial disappearances?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost, and ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that the girls are all, but the scariest part is that to this day,
None of the girls have ever been found. Many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those missing girls deserves some sort of explanation. I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can...
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see...
What a tough job. Always running around.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first?
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge.
No se olviden de comentar, dar un like y compartir este video. Nos vemos en el siguiente video.